All right, in my other videos, we were finding interest. So we were finding the I piece of the formula I equals PRT. So now we're going to go ahead and solve for P. All right, the first question says, Mateo borrowed some money at a 15% interest rate and paid back the debt after 3 years. He paid back $900 in interest. What is the original loan amount? All right, so let's highlight all the stuff that we find that is important. So he borrowed some money. So we don't know what that is right now. So remember, some money or the original amount is the P at 15% interest. Remember, 15% as a decimal is 0.15 and paid back the debt after 3 years. So since it is in years, we do not have to do any conversions. He paid $900 in interest, so we have our I. I forgot over here, that's our rate in percent, so that's R. And we have to find the original amount, so we are searching for P. All right, so I'm going to state my formula again. I equals P times R times T. So we have our I right here is $900, so the interest is 900. Our P is missing because it's some money that we borrowed, which we don't know. So we'll leave that as P. Our rate is 15% or 0.15, and our time is 3 years. So since there's nothing on this side of the formula, we're just going to leave that alone. 900 equals, well, P times 0.15 times 3. Well, P is again a variable. We're trying to figure that out. 0.15 times 3 is 0.45. And then we do have P. So we go ahead and put that with it. So that's saying 0.45 times P. So remember, we're trying to get P by itself. So we're going to build a wall on the floor. How do we get P alone? Divide both sides by 0.45. What you do on one side of the wall, you have to do on the other side of the wall. So 0.45 divided by 0.45 cancels out, and which leaves us with P. 900 divided by 0.45 is 2,000. So to answer the question, Mateo borrowed go away. Borrowed. Rude. Borrowed $2,000. All right, and that's how you find the principal. All right, now we're going to go ahead and find time. If I put $1,500 into my savings account and earned $240 of interest at 4% simple interest rate, how long was my money in the bank? So $1,500 into my savings. So that means that was my original amount. So that's my P. I earned $240 in interest. So that is my I. And then 4% simple interest rate. Remember, 4% as a decimal is 0.04. And how long was my money in there? So we are measuring T. And we don't know what it is, so we're going to go ahead and solve for that. All right. Once again, starting my formula. I equals P times R times T. All right, well, we know our interest earned is $240, so our I is 240. Principal, the original amount was 1,500. The rate in which we were at was 0.04. And then we don't know how many years, so we're solving for T. Once again, nothing on this side of the formula that we're going to mess with. So we have 240 equals 1,500 times 0.04. 1,500 times 0.04 equals 60. And then we have T, so that's left over. So we have 60 T. All right, once again, we're going to go ahead and solve for T because we're trying to figure out how long. So what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. Those cancel out. T comes down. 240 divided by 60 equals 4. And remember, time is always measured in years. So your answer is 4 years. 4 years. And the original question said, how long was the money in the bank? So we're going to say the money was in the bank for 4 years. All right, one more problem, and this one is figuring out the R, figuring our rate. All right, it says Vanessa invested $3,600 into an account for 3 years. After 3 years, she earned $540 in interest. What was the simple interest rate on this account? All right, so she invested $3,600 in the account. That was the original amount, so that is, whoops, that's not the I, that is the P, my bad. The original amount is 3,600. So she was in there for 3 years, that's our T. And then she earned $540 in interest, so that is our I. Remember, that's a P over there. All right, and what was the simple interest rate? So we don't know what the rate is, so we are searching for R. We are searching for R, okay? So once again, starting with my formula, I equals P times R times T. All right, she has $540 in interest. Principal is 3,600 times R, which we don't know, so we'll leave R like that. And T was 3 years. Okie dokie. So as I said in the other two examples, there's nothing on this side of the formula, so we're going to leave that there. 540 equals, well, we're trying to multiply, put like things together. So we're going to put these two together. 3,600 times 3 is 10,800. Remember, we're trying to find R, so that will be there with our 10,800. So if you multiply all three together, that's what you're going to get. All right, so we'll build our wall and floor here. Trying to get R alone, remember that? So we got to divide 10,800. Divide both sides there, 10,800. 10,800 divided by 10,800 is 1, so that cancels out. And we're going to go ahead and bring our R down into the basement. 540 divided by 10,800 is 0.05. And remember, our rate always needs to be a percent, and this is not a percent. So we have two options with that. You can either multiply by 100 or move the decimal 2 times to the right. So 0.05, you can go boop, boop. All right, and that turns into 5%. So the rate is 5%. Okay, so that covered the P, the R, and the T. You should already know how to find I. That's pretty easy, multiplying everything together. But this one does require a little bit of extra work. Remember, you can always rewind and watch any of these parts over again. If you really are struggling, just go ahead and raise your hand and I'll come over and help you. All right, thanks guys.